Wagwan, it's your humble host, Big Truck. Hey, yo, something different that I'm doing. Got my first guest. We're going to talk about some things, adult conversation. Man. So, we'll bring him on, and we just going to shoot the breeze, and we're going to let things unravel. I'm your host, Big Truck. My podcast show is to enlighten men, to empower men, using life experiences as examples. The same tools that was given to me, I share them with you. Somewhere across the land, across the universe, someone is either about to go through it, in the thick of it, or coming out of it. And when you have a group of men having conversations, having adult conversations, bringing truth to light, it helps. My goal is to see all men win, all women win. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. Do you want to see you win? So I'm going to bring in my guests, and we're going to rap a taste a little bit. Grab your shoulder pads and your helmet and peep this out. Caller, you on the line at the King's Table with Big Truck. Go ahead and let your soul speak.
Hey, peace and blessings, everyone here at the King's Table. This is King I Am, most blessed forever. I appreciate you inviting me on, Big Truck. What we talking about today?
Well, I saw your email. You emailed me, and thank you for following me as long as you have. And in your email, you wanted to talk about or a question that you had to ask about how did I overcome my storm within my 14-month marriage and what tools that was given to me that can be helpful to others. That was the question, correct?
Yeah, I've been following you for a long time, man. I remember back when you had like 500 subscribers, man. You had 100,000 now, man. This is yeah, it was an important question at the time that I sent that to you because I've been married twice and I've had my struggles as well. And to be honest, I'm still overcoming a lot of those skeletons of those marriages. So yeah, it'd be great for you to kind of elaborate like what tools and resources and how you had to dig inside to overcome. Because for me, it's still like an ongoing process. Yeah, I would love for you to answer that for me.
First off, my brother, life itself is ongoing. It's an ongoing process.
Less so.
But I can honestly say that it was a position that I was not ready for. I wasn't prepared for. You know, my first time being married, it was different. And it was one of those things where I had to learn a lot of things real quick. Like everybody else, you live and you learn. But it taught me how to, if I have unfinished business with my past, it taught me how to deal with it. It taught me how to face it. Oftentimes we are dealt with things and we don't quite have the tools. You understand what I'm talking about?
Oh, I hear you.
And because we don't have those tools, we kind of have a tendency to go our own way instead of going the right way. And sometimes reality has to bring us back, you know. But life challenges is something else. It really is. And I was blessed to be around certain people
Oh, I
and
hear you.
and have certain people in my corner to give me balance, to give me uh, a different perspective. Family, certain individuals that Elohim put in my life, counseling. I always advise any individual to get counseling. It doesn't matter how old you are or who you are. So
Yeah, that's one of the things that I myself can really like advocate for is counseling, because when you spoke earlier about the situations being burdensome and you kind of doing your own thing, like basically coping with the situation, you'll go to, what will give you comfort at the time. And that's not necessarily what the right thing is. So can you kind of elaborate on what you mean by do it right?
never never be afraid to confront your past. A lot of individuals have to be willing to confront their past. A lot of individuals have to be willing to, and for those tapping in right now, I'm live on YouTube and I'm also live on Rumble. Please put a number one in the chat so I know you here. And hit the like button. We got to increase them likes, up them likes. We, well, because I like to give the best examples using myself. I was hurt, I was lost, but I knew that in order for me to be the best version of myself, I had to be willing to confront my past. I had to be willing to face myself. Large number of individuals are not willing to face themselves. And this is what you have. It was hard work. I didn't want to hear, I didn't want to listen. But I'm going to tell you, I'm glad I listened. I'm glad I took the time to do the work. Some ask me, am I bitter? No, I'm better. Life will find a way to humble you, one way or another. And when it comes to relationships today, I hate to say it. I hate to say it. I wish I was in my marriage. Why? Look at what you face with.
Yeah.
Dating is it has become, and I know I got to be professional when I say this, it has become more challenging than ever because you don't know if a woman likes you for you or she's a prostitute slinging cheeks. So it's kind of challenging. But one of the things that I do say to the men, you have to use wisdom and discernment. Are women hoes and tricks and B words? No, but there's some out there that are. You will know an individual by the fruit they carry. But you have to know who you are as a man. You have to walk in discernment. You have to walk in your divine truth. You have to know what is right and what is wrong, who is cool and who is not. Like I tell men, stop spending money on a woman that ain't your wife. That woman don't care. Depending on the type of woman you come encounter with, you'll know if she likes you for you or likes you for what you got in your wallet. That's it, that's all. There's no sugarcoating it. But the way to discern that, you gotta know who you are, king. If you were born a king, you walk in that, you move in that, you rest in that, you eat in that, you sweat in that, you work in that, you mob deep in that. You crip walk in that, you blood walk in that. You don't let no one take you out of your element and tell you who you are not when you know for a fact of who you are, is, and ever will be.
Truck, you said something very interesting. You said not all these women are bitches and hoes, but I beg to differ. In 2026, in America, in this climate that we have with the feminism, the egalitarianism, the whole gynocentric society that we're living in right now, where women have the power, they hold the keys. Most of them are choosing to be bitches and hoes. Most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. I have to speak in generalities because it's just as the point that I'm coming across. It's either true or it isn't. And you can look up the statistics. Marriage is dwindling. Divorces are up high, and it seems like everyone, including men and women, are trying to live their best lives. But for some reason, because the question I asked was how you overcame, the obstacles of your marriage. Is in this climate, it seems like the greater obstacle is even having one to begin with. Would you agree?
I agree. I agree. You know, life is gonna hand us things. You know, a lot of it
True.
comes from our childhood, and I
Yeah.
always say the things that happened to us, what was done to us, what was said, environment, all of those things play a part in the reason why an individual behaves the way they behave as an adult. You follow?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely in agreement with the upbringing of a person and how that would affect their behaviors, especially in serious relationships. But it kind of is disheartening to see that so many people are giving up on marriage and you know platonic, not platonic, but like romantic relationships as a whole, because it's so easy to hook up. This culture we're in is so easy to hook up, use people, get what you want out of them, and move on to the next. It's kind of ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure most eyes that appall at our behavior and our attitudes that we're taking towards one another, man and woman. And this isn't specifically whether we're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, but just in general, men out here are focusing more on themselves. I've been noticing for the past year or so in your channel, you're really promoting, just like Kevin Samuels did, promoting men to invest in themselves. And I really see that as the biggest leverage that we can have in this dating market is to be consistent with yourself, build up, your self-worth, your network, you know, all of that, finances, physique, spirituality, and then let the rest fall into place. You said wisdom and discernment. It's costing men a lot more nowadays to just do the whole vetting process with a girl, asking her out, taking her out, asking the right questions. It's, you know what I'm saying, Truck? It's a lot of
True.
work for these men nowadays, especially when they have their responsibilities and priorities in line.
I want you to I want to read this statistic out to you, okay?
Shoot.
The current divorce rate in America is 2 to 4% per thousand people based on most recent, and this is the CDC um, data which is available online. Roughly 40 to 50% of marriage, okay, are estimated to end in divorce, although their percentage has been just declining a bit here in recent articles. Okay. So when we look at the divorce rate, it's been declining a little bit, but it's still high. You have individuals will say they're married for the wrong reasons instead of the right reasons. as myself, I'm married for the right reasons, better or for worse. When life happens, and I'm going to tell you people out there, life will happen. Okay? But it's how you weather the storm. It's how you handle it. It's how you deal with it. Most individuals do not want to stick around when the storms come. They're so quick to run. I remember our dad telling me, sitting down with me, because I had to apologize to all of you. And this is me speaking, because the reason why I felt that I had to apologize to all of you is because, and this is how I felt at that time. I felt that I let y'all down. You know, the things that our Father taught us and the things that He instilled in us, I felt as though I let y'all down and I hurt y'all, because y'all been around, y'all was there, y'all saw. When we talk about making a promise to the Most High, you have to honor and stand by that. You're making an oath, you know, and those that know me know when I'm with the person, I'm with the person. There ain't no dipping out. There ain't no putting pause on someone. I walk accordingly. And if it doesn't satisfy me, I have to make an executive decision. But if I'm unable to make an executive decision, the Most High will make that decision for me. And He did. Because even through the course of my divorce, He kept showing me things. And everything that the Most High, Yahshua HaMashiach, kept showing me, kept leading me to Scripture. That's when I knew. Sometime the Ruach, the Holy Spirit, will lead you to Scripture of things pertaining to your situation. When you sit back and you humble yourself and you open yourself, that's when you can hear Him most, because there's no distraction. I love my family very much, and I felt that I let each and every one of you down. Go ahead and speak on it.
I mean, I don't think there's really anything for me to speak on. That's how you feel about it. My opinion about it, because I know what happened in the marriage. I met the woman that you took that oath before, Elohim. And from what I saw on the surface level, it looked really wholesome. It really looked like that woman was a gift from Most High. You were glowing, man. When I visited you in your guys' home together, you were glowing, man. Your energy was high. Um, and I felt really happy for you because I was married at the time. Um, and I just thought like everything that you ever wanted was happening in that moment. And shortly afterwards, I seen a sudden shift, and I realized that, not just you, but me as well, we came under attack because I am my brother's keeper. I'm your younger brother, but I got your back. You
Most
always know that.
definitely.
And it hurt me the same in a way that I can't describe. I still can't describe till today. And I remember having a conversation with your ex-wife, and she says something along the lines like, I don't know how he's gonna end up or something. And I remember telling her, he's going to be all right. He's going to be okay. And I said it matter of factly because I just always known you to be strong. I remember doing the training sessions with you. I'm steering the Suburban, you're pushing it up the fucking hill. You know, we don't quit. Winners win. And that's all we know. That's how Shaka raised us. And even though we take L's like this in our life, I never believed for 1 second that this was going to take you under. And I just kind of want to get the details and your mentality behind how you recover so quickly, because you turn that pain, and I got it tatted on me, pain is pleasure. There's no growth without it. And you took this pain and you metamorphed it, you morphed it into, you know, this platform where a lot of men can have this conversation that we shy away from because it seems as if because you have a failed relationship or marriage that is weak. It's not always our fault. And I know for damn sure that failure of said marriage was definitely not your fault, but you still dug deep and looked in the mirror and say, how did I have a role in this? And that I forever admire you for.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Bless
And
up. You know that already.
how I sought counseling. I had some unresolved issues between me and my mother that I had to face. I remember talking with Dad, and he said, "You hold the key, son." That's all I needed to hear. Right then, when Dad said, "You hold the key," I had to make an executive decision. Go back and face my past. Go back and confront it. I didn't have to call my mother out. I didn't have to disrespect her. It was a simple conversation. And I'm gonna look for the video, and I'm gonna play that video to show what forgiveness, the art of forgiveness, and what it looks like. Because there's a large number of individuals out there that are battling with unforgiveness, that are carrying stuff that they don't have no business carrying. And that is the reason why they dying early before their time. Stress, heart attacks, displeasure in the body, because your body is at a diseased, which if you say it all in one is called disease. I approached my mother. It was March 22nd. A series of events took place before that. Miscarriage, going to the hospital, come to find out that this was a miscarriage. I wasn't notified. Oh, all hell broke loose on that day, that morning. But then I remember what Dad said, "You hold the key." Went to LA, knocked on my mother's door, had a conversation. I said, "Mother, the reason why I will have always continued to choose the same type of woman because of my issues with you. The things that you've done to me. The physical abuse. The molestation. Homeless at 14. It was a lot to swallow, but I knew I had to confront it in order for me to be on this side. And let me tell you something, people. men, women, whoever watching, you have to be willing to peel back the layers of your past in order to get to the root, to come to a solution. We all have problems, but you got to have a solution. And that was the solution. That's why Dad said, you hold the key. You hold the solution. You know what you need to do. What are you waiting for? It took all of this to happen for you to take that key and turn it and walk into a door, walk into the other side, walk into a place that you didn't know existed. You didn't know how you was going to do it. But you walked in on faith. And after it was all said and done, my mother said, I was never taught how to be a mother. And that had me thinking how a large number of women in this generation behave because
Facts.
they didn't have a mother to teach them.
Facts.
They didn't have a mother to show them. They didn't have a father to teach them. They didn't have a father to show them. You talking about our dad, you talking about Shaka. 2 boys, 2 girls. He did that. He loved all of us. It wasn't one over the other. He loves us all the same. I said, Dad, I did it. He said, I'm proud of you, son. Now, go be the best version of yourself. And I'm glad I listened to our father and did that.
Bless him.
Because now I'm able to see things that I didn't see. I'm able to recognize things that I wasn't able to recognize. Now I'm able to call certain things out that I wasn't able to call out. I don't hate my ex. What she did ended up being a blessing in disguise, to be honest with you. Because look where I am today. You know what I am? I never would have thought about starting a platform, having a platform. Never would have thought about it. But something resonated in my spirit. And that's the thing that I share with the men. Another thing I share with the men. You have a goal, you have a dream, do that. Run that. Run it. Do it. Yes, there's going to be some people that's not going to like you. And that's fine. I hope you don't like me. Because I know who I am and whose I am in this season of my life. I want to see men and women prosper. I want to see them enjoy living their best life in good energy, good spirits. Man, all this foolishness that I see, all this evilness and wickedness, it's too much. So it's time for a shift. This right here is a start, especially for men. It goes to show, family or not, men can have adult men conversations. We don't judge. We don't point fingers. We just embrace and we love. What are your thoughts?
We got to start somewhere, man. Because
Yeah, most
like
definitely.
like it's coming full circle. Us as the men, we must hold ourselves accountable, not just to the decisions we make and the choices we make, but also the people that we give access into our lives, our kingdom, our empire. Because now more than ever, Everything's about fucking money. Everything. Most High said you can either serve me or you can serve Mammon, but you can't have two masters for your loved one and despise the other. And what we're seeing today is that the morals of people, the integrity is gone out the window for the car, the house, the clothes, the jewelry, and the popularity. And not here's the big thing. It may feel good to have a lot of people greet you and follow you on your Instagram and like your posts and your stories and what have you. But at the end of the day, if you don't know who you are and whose you are, it's all in vain. It's all in vain. It's going to be an empty void that you'll forever try to fill with all this dopamine, all these empty situationships, up in the body count, losing money in your bank account, losing your hair, losing your mind, all because you want to be accepted by the wrong people for the wrong things. And there are some good men out there. There are some good men that still have hope and faith that they'll find the right one. And I pray that they do. But until you do the work like you have, Truck, that's not going to be an option for you. There's too much deception going on. There's too many games being played. You got to have your shoulder pads and helmet on and brace for impact all the time. Pray that they do. So I just think the awareness, you do the work and continue to build yourself up in your faith. That's not going to be an option for you. Following through, it's too much deception with action and discipline. There's too many games being played. I think that the pieces you got to have your shoulder pads and helmet on and brace for impact. For instance, all the time. Pray that they do. So I just think the awareness, like a kid around you, chances are she's comfortable, she feels safe, and in that environment, you'll have a more pleasant experience because she's in her femininity. And I know this probably isn't the right conversation, but just a glimpse, Kai. I'm sure we'll have more of these. In our culture, the black culture, the black woman is not big enough the black man. I saw the video the other day, and it was some ratchet girl complaining about the men aren't protecting them. And it's like, we don't want to play any more games. We're done playing fucking games. So I think we just need to hold the line as men, continue to keep our standard high for ourselves, and that will reflect in our relationships. But if you drop the ball, if you're fumbling, simping like the rest of these guys, which is another problem we need to talk about, Truck, then you have no room to complain. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree. When individuals sell their soul to the things of this world and make money in material things their God, the devil comes to collect. And he will collect.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, a lot of times I have to learn how to continue to bridle my tongue. Things I want to say and how I want to say it. I have to use wisdom in the choice of words that I use, because you never know who's listening. You never know who's watching. And one of my things is, in this life, I've continuously learned how to move quietly and strategically. So when we look at what the definition of love let's start with love between parents, children, siblings, and relatives. That's family love. Loyalty, trust, affection between friends. That's friendship love. Respecting and caring for self. That's self-love. Concern for the well-being of others, even strangers. That's compassionate love. Feeling close and understood, that's intimacy love. Attraction and desire, that's passion. Choosing to maintain the relationship over time, that's commitment. Many people describe love not just as a feeling, but as a series of actions
Yes.
showing care, support, respect, honest, and sacrifice for another person's self-being. So again, we hold the key to that. You know,
Facts.
when we hold the key to that, we're gonna move differently. Our actions gonna show.
Yeah.
In this season right now, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm learning more and more, especially how this platform grows. Everything from reaction videos to live streaming to interviews to even going on other people's podcast shows. Why? Because this is therapeutic for me. I know the views gonna come. I know the subscribers gonna come. My thing is getting that word out and changing the energy. You see? Adding light to dark places. Being able to have the type of conversations others can relate to. So that they can say, I've been there. I've experienced that. That's how he got through. I'm going to use those tools. Continue to motivate. Anybody can do anything. Person can do all things. The choice is you. What do you think you can do? What do you believe you can do? And if so, are you willing to do the work to place yourself in position to be seen by many? So that people will see your presence. When you walk into a room, eyes all pause. You're easily to be identified when you walk into a room and occupy a space without saying nothing. Your presence speaks for itself. And I know you're going to do great things, my brother. I know you're going to do great things. Why? Because I believe in you. Yeah, you're going through a storm right now. But guess what? You're alive. You're well. You're able to wake up and take your first breath each and every day. You have family that loves you. Sky's the limit for you. There is no limit. You're going to be on your way. All the Most High doing is placing you in position. Okay, we're working out some things. But at the end of the day, he's placing you in position for prosperity. Do you believe that?
Oh yeah, most
Do
definitely.
you
man.
know that?
Yeah. Most
Do you
definitely.
receive that?
Hey, like Shaka be saying, don't believe. No.
Know it.
I know that. The reservation's already made. So in the meantime, just keep the plan and preparation and
Right.
execute the discipline.
That's right. That's right.
I definitely appreciate you having me on. To all the listeners right now, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my big brother's channel, The King's Table. All right, Big Truck got that prescription for that gold pill. It's a hard pill to swallow, but once you got it, you'll never look at life the same. I appreciate you having me on.
And subscribe to my brother's channel. Okay.
Most Blessed Forever. Yeah.
Most Blessed Forever.
Check it out. In the
So
meantime, Truck, stay strong, blessed, and abundant. And remember, I am king and I am most blessed forever.
most definitely. And we're gonna chop it up again. I want to thank each and every individual for tapping in tonight, this evening's discussion, the red pill conversation, the gold pill conversation. Stay tuned for more. It's your boy Big Truck. I'm gone. One.